to put self-interest in second place and the interest of humanity first. Fortune, prosperity, and dignity will befall on you, as long as you uphold the virtue of your profession to the purest. Mahidol of Songkhla. His Royal Highness Prince Mahidol of Songkhla was the son of His Majesty King Chulalongkorn and Her Majesty Queen Sawangwattana. He was born on January 1, 1892, and was also the father of two benevolent kings of Chakri dynasty, His Majesty King Ananta Mahidol and His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, and Her Royal Highness Princess Kalyaniwattana. His Royal Highness Prince Mahidol of Songkhla was a compassionate gentleman who performed his numerous royal duties, large and small, well to help develop the Thai nation in many aspects. The results of his works have been evident in Thailand's and global communities. He dedicated his whole life using his wisdom and ability for national development in the areas of collegiate education, science, medicine, nursing, public health, to name a few, building their strong foundations, particularly in medicine and public health. This great benevolence earned him the title Father of Modern Medicine and Public Health of Thailand. To honor His Royal Highness Prince Mahidol of Songkhla and to commemorate the centenary anniversary of his birth on January 1, 1992, His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej graciously granted the royal permission to establish the Prince Mahidol Award. The award is administered by the Prince Mahidol Award Foundation, which is under the royal patronage and chaired by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn. Today, the Prince Mahidol Award is recognized by the international community as a prestigious accolade conferred annually on individuals or institutions for their outstanding and exemplary contributions to the benefits of humanity in the fields of medicine and public health. Each award consists of a medal, a certificate, and a sum of $100,000. Since the establishment of the award in 1992 up to present, 79 individuals, groups of individuals, and institutions have been awarded. Their contributions to humanity in the areas of medicine and public health have immensely benefited many and therefore deserve to be honored and recognized globally. For the year 2018, there are a total of 49 nominations from 25 countries worldwide. This year's laureates in the field of medicine are Professor Brian J. Drucker and Professor Dr. Mary Claire King. Professor Drucker made a significant research discovery in the field of targeted cancer therapy. He developed a prototype drug called imatinib for treatment of chronic myeloid leukemia, or CML. Imatinib inhibits BCR-ABL, a specific protein that is only detected in cells of CML patients and has been found to reduce severity, mortality, and morbidity from CML. Currently, other drugs for targeted therapy have been developed for treatment of other cancers. Professor Dr. Mary Claire King discovered a gene causing breast cancer, the most common cancer among women. In 1991, Professor King found a gene called BRCA1, in which its mutation leads to breast cancer. Therefore, it was demonstrated for the first time that the disease can be inherited. Professor King also worked with researchers at the University of Washington to develop an affordable genetic test for breast cancer so that more people can have access to screening. The Prince Mahidol Award recognizes the great discoveries by Professor Brian J. Drucker for a prototype drug used for treatment of CML that advances the development of targeted therapy, and by Professor Dr. Mary Claire King for identifying the most common and hereditable gene related to breast cancer, as well as developing a breast cancer gene detection kit to provide effective screening and monitoring for people at risk. These findings demonstrate the high impact of basic research, diagnosis, and treatment of common cancers, and thus improves the quality of life for mankind and reduces the mortality rates of CML and breast cancer among millions of people worldwide. In the field of public health, the award goes to Professor John D. Clements and Professor Jan R. Holmgren, who worked jointly for over 30 years to study and develop oral cholera vaccine, or OCV. Millions of people have died from cholera. Injectable vaccines have been used to prevent cholera for a long period, despite low efficacy. During the 1970s, Professor Holmgren demonstrated that an important immunity against cholera is IgA, produced on the mucosal surface of intestines. Thus, oral vaccines would be more efficient in inducing protection than injectable vaccines. Professor Clements played an important role to clinically prove the efficacy of OCV. As a result, WHO has recommended that cholera vaccines should be given orally and discontinued the use of injectable vaccines. During the 2000s, Professor Clements and Professor Holmgren produced a new OCV known as Shanchol. The new vaccine was cheap and provided a protection of up to 5 years. With this concept, WHO has recommended Shanchol vaccine for countries struggling to control cholera since 2010. Professor John D. Clements and Professor Jan R. Holmgren have made a great impact by recommending that cholera vaccines be provided orally rather than injected. This also led to the establishment of an OCV stockpile to support countries at risk of or affected by the spread of cholera, to help save the lives of millions of people worldwide. On Thursday, January the 31st, 2019, Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn, as the representative of His Majesty the King, conferred the Prince Mahidol Award for the year 2018 at Chakri Throne Hall in the Grand Palace. The ceremony attracted a large number of local and international journalists. The award ceremony was live broadcasted by Channel 9 MCOT HD, with the signal relayed through TV channels NBT, TNN, NBT World and Thai TV Global Network, or TGN, for viewers in 177 countries. Meanwhile, Radio Thailand broadcasted the live sound of the ceremony in English and Thai languages nationwide.
So my interest in the disease stemmed from wanting to do something different than giving chemotherapy to patients. And it was my view that we need to understand what drives the growth of cancer cells so we could target cancer cells and kill them without harming normal cells. By using that approach, we developed a drug for a leukemia called chronic myeloid leukemia. We knew exactly what drove the growth of that leukemia. We developed a drug in collaboration with a very large drug company that specifically shut down what caused the uncontrolled growth of the leukemia.
At the two extremes of cancers of women, we have breast cancer on the one hand, and we have cervical cancer on the other. And they are very, very different cancers. So when we think about prevention of cancer, we try to think about approaches that will prevent cervical cancer, and then different approaches that will prevent breast cancer. The cancer is so many different diseases that we need very customized approaches for each. So for cervical cancer, the best prevention is certainly the cervical cancer vaccine that vaccinates against cervical cancer and has proven so effective here in Thailand, in my country, and worldwide. For breast cancer, I have been able to identify a small subset of women everywhere who are particularly at high risk. And if those women learn that they are particularly at high risk, then they can be very careful to be evaluated very frequently.
I initially became involved with cholera in 1983 when I moved from a faculty position at Yale University to the International Center for Diarrheal Disease Research, Bangladesh, where I was recruited to lead a field trial of the world's, one of the world's first oral cholera vaccines, and this would be the first ever field trial of an oral cholera vaccine developed by my colleague Jan Holmgren.
I was interested in thinking that cholera could be a fascinating thing, both because we had learned that there was a big new cholera pandemic spreading around the world, and also that it had become known that the vaccines that had been used for almost 100 years did not work. These vaccines were given by injection. And we suspected that since cholera is a local infection in the intestine, perhaps it would also need stimulation of the local immune system that had been discovered to exist then in our mucosal tissues, including in the gastrointestinal tract. So the stimulus was the cholera pandemic itself and the suspicion that perhaps we could make a better vaccine if we tried to give it orally by stimulating the local gut immune system.
Following the award ceremony, Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn graciously presided over a royal banquet in honor of the laureates at the Boromarachasthit Maholan Hall in the Grand Palace. The dinner was attended by the Prime Minister of Thailand, members of the Thai Cabinet, members of the Privy Council and Diplomatic Corps. At the royal banquet, Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn proposed a toast and presented souvenirs to the laureates. On Friday, February 1, 2019, the laureates attended the annual Prince Mahidol Award Conference presided over by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn under the theme, The Political Economy of NCDs, a whole-of-society approach. International public health and medical experts from over 60 countries took part in it. The great achievements of all laureates of the Prince Mahidol Award are commendable and exemplary of the works for the global community at large. They form guidelines for future studies and researchers to make new discoveries on medicine and public health, providing tremendous benefits to healthcare development for humanity in the years to come.